Hello, guys, and welcome to the Summer Split Finals of the North American LCS. This is the first game between TSM and Immortals, kicking it off in ban phase. TSM has banned Cassiopeia and Lucian. Immortals has followed up with Zac and Callista, getting rid of those two 80 carries. Lucian played in the mid lane, and Callista bot lane. As we load on to Summoner's Rift here, we see a pretty standard start from both teams. Going to spread out and form that line of scrimmage so that there's no sneaky invades from either team. There seems to be a little bit of warding and clashing in the top side river between Xmithie and Svenskeren, but they're just going to ward and back away. There's no big invade. But Biofrost somehow got behind enemy lines back here, but nothing will come out of it. So just some wards spreading out. So as we look at the team comps here, we've got two very different team comps. Immortals team comp is mostly focused around Cody Sun's Tristana, because that's their main damage carry that we will see. With the Galio in the mid lane and the Cho'Gath up top, other than Cho'Gath's ultimate, which can do a ton of true damage, there won't be much damage, consistent damage in a fight. On TSM's side, we've got the two damage carries, Bjergsen and Double Lift, which is really normal for them. They've been running that since Double Lift has been on the team. Bjergsen's happy to share his gold and his damage with Double Lift so that he doesn't have to carry every game. Bot lane, we see a trade, early game trade, flash by Cody Sun. It looks like Double Lift and Biofrost will be happy with that, and they'll back off now. But they are going to get poked out a little bit by this Morgana Trist. The Morgana outranges the Xayah pretty much at all levels, and Morgana has a lot more range than Rakan, so just throwing out Qs and trying to trade as much as they can and get that early shove, and it looks like they got that early level 2. Xmithie's just going to go into the Svenskeren's jungle and put a ward down, just so they get vision and track where he is. They'll know he's top side, and it allows the bottom lane to play a little bit more aggressively, knowing that there's no threat of jungle interference at this point. Double Lift and Biofrost also know the same, so they're just going to back off and try to get as much CS as they can under turret. Looks like Pobelter took an early back to get the Dark Seal. He's going to do this because it's going to help him have mana sustain and lane. Galio's main wave clear is the Q. So it looks like Svenskeren snuck up here into the top lane. I do think he was seen by a ward, but Flame hasn't given anything away. But here we go. The gank's coming in. He's going to E, body slam in. It misses. The Q slows him down. They're going to put some good damage onto him, but it doesn't look like they're going to get a kill on either side. And no flash is blown. So everybody's still safe up top lane. So it looks like Svenskeren's just going to go back. Xmithie's coming back around for another attempt, it looks like. But they don't know that Svenskeren is still here. So it would be a 2-on-2 if he goes in. And if he pushes too far forward, he's going to get a surprise from Svenskeren that he does not want. And it looks like they're going to go for it. The barrel onto the flash out of flame. Means that Gragas can come back in a few minutes and take advantage of that flash being down, and we'll see if he does just that. Back in the mid lane, it looks like Bjergsen is putting some damage down on Pobelter, acquiring a little bit of a CS lead and zoning him off a little bit, but that's expected in the Syndra. Galio matchup because Syndra's got that range on him. Bot lane, huge CS lead this early from Cody Sun. But once again, it's because the double range nature of Morgana and Tristana allows them to push in to Doublelift and Biofrost very early. And there's not a lot they can do to respond without all-inning the Immortals bot lane. Xmithie's just going to come in here and clear out Jarvan's camp. But he's spotted by Svenskeren, but he gets out, makes a clean getaway. I'm going to head back to his jungle and probably pick up the Scuttle Crab along the way for that dragon vision and control over the river. Cody Sun and Ole took an early back to get some more items so they can continue to push in against Biofrost and Doublelift, who also went back. Doublelift has closed that CS lead a good bit, so we'll have to continue to watch and see how that bottom lane goes now that he has the Warhammer. So Cody Sun's just going to get these waves, and it looks like Ole's going to try to roam. He's been very strong on the roaming supports this season and even during these playoffs, so he's going to try to see if he can get up there and make some action happen. But Svenskeren needs to be a little careful, but he's just going to back away okay once he realized that there was 3 people around that mid lane. Bjergsen gets hit by the stun, has to use Cleanse. Big cooldown down from Bjergsen. Will be susceptible to the taunt and the knock up from Xmithie. So he's going to have to play more safe in the lane. And that was a very successful run by Ole by getting that cleanse down. Ole and Cody Sun just zoning out, Doublelift and Biofrost. Taking a little bit of a trade on Doublelift. Get him down right below half health. But he does have Warlord's Bloodlust, which is going to give him that sustain, so he'll be okay. Between that and the Doran's Blade, he'll heal up off the minions on the next wave. Looks like it's Smithie's bot, or Svenskeren's bot side, meaning that the Immortals bot lane might have to be a little careful if Svenskeren comes in and ganks, because one gank could definitely turn the tide in this bot lane and put Doublelift and Biofrost in a much better position and able to deal with it. So he sneaks in. He's not seen because there's a control ward in the tri-brush, but there is one in the river, so they're going to spot him here in about a second. So they'll spot him right now. He's going to go in though. Body slam, lands on the Tristana, slow. They got all the... they're putting the damage on him. Oh, first blood to Svenskeren. It looks like they're going to be happy with that and back out. Galio and Syndra had both started to roam down, but neither of them will make it down in time to be a part of the fight bot lane. Doublelift is just going to shove this lane into the turret and then probably take a back to cash in on the assist and the CS that he just had. Xmithie's going through his jungle, trying to figure out if they had decided to rush Dragon or not. Turns out they hadn't, so he will back off. So we get a replay here. Gragas body slams in, interrupts the Tristana jump, which was huge. The Gragas barrel slow, and then the ultimate to finish it off. But they'd blown all their CC on Cody Sun, and they didn't have enough to stop Ole from getting away. But still a very successful gank. No flashes blown from Svenskeren and Doublelift, which means they can repeat it again very easily here in the next few minutes. And they'll want to continue to do that because the more they can keep Cody Sun down, the better off they will be. In the top lane, we just have the 2 tanks whacking each other repeatedly. Not much has happened. Very even in CS. A little bit of a pushing advantage for Hanser. But even in level as well. Bjergsen makes it out. He was a little greedy by going there. Oh, a big engage bot lane. The ultimate from Biofrost. Oh, it looks like it's backfired. Almost dies. Makes it out with the Doublelift's heal. and he'll be safe and going back now. But mistake engage from Biofrost. He underestimated the damage done by Cody's son, and really suffers and has to lose out on turret damage and experience. It looked like Immortals is rotating 3 people bot lane to potentially push out this tower, but they're not going to get it quite yet. But 1 or 2 more waves, if they keep X-Smithy down here, they might be able to capture on it. But it looks like they're sending X-Smithy back mid. Bjergsen better be careful because it looks like he's about to run into X-Smithy. He feels it out and he goes back. Cody Sun and Ole are still pushing this bot lane, trying to get the tower, but they ended up deciding to just go back. But once they come back with more items, they'll be really scary to fight. Svenskeren is just going to clear out this ward here in the river. He knows X-Smithy and Galio are around, so he's got to be a little careful. Poor Belter gives him a little love with his Q, but then ultimately just decides to walk away. Bjergsen's got a little bit of a CS lead, about 10 CS here in the mid lane, which is to be expected. Oh, X-Smithy hid in Fog of War to catch Biofrost, but his knockup is not going to land, and Biofrost is just going to walk away. Back to the Syndra CS lead. It's expected versus a Galio because she can zone him so easily off that wave. But Bjergsen, always performing well, pushes him off, makes sure he can secure that CS lead. And let's see if he can do much with his tempo and gold advantage. Top lane, both tanks just clearing out the waves. Very even in CS. Both have teleport up, so they could be looking for potential teleport plays bottom. There's a deep ward on the side of TSM bot lane, and we'll see if they decide to try to come down. Big engage by Biofrost. Ults in, is dismayed by the TP of Galio, and they're going to 4-man dive bot lane. Hanser TP's in, but it might be a bit too late. Knock up by Biofrost to try to stall Flame. Double lift is killed though. Big Gnar by Hanser. Ends up getting 1 return kill on Pobelter. Here comes Bjergsen from the side. He decides he gets trapped by the Jarvan and ultimately just gets blasted down by the Tristana. But Immortals' health bars are pretty low. They get another return kill onto Flame. Can Svenskeren get another kill or two? No, it doesn't look like it. Immortals are just going to escape away with their double kill, with their 2-for-2 trade. Ultimately, neither team necessarily winning out on that one because Immortals was too low to take Dragon. Now, if they had enough health to take Dragon, they could have definitely won out on that trade. But both teams will be happy with a 2-for-2, and they will back away. We can relook here at the engage. He used the charm and then got the dash off, so Morgana wasn't able to react with the black shield in time to block the engage. But some crits from Cody Sun really kicked double lift out of the fight. They taunt and dive double lift here since he had no summoners. Take him down. And then make the mistake of chasing too far under tower. Big Gnar from Hanser. Stuns 2 of them, and that's how they get the return kill. Bjergsen didn't realize that X-Smithy still had his ult, and so he came way too far down the side, got trapped by that and bursted down, but then Flame ended up dying to a return kill. They're going to try to engage again. The grand entrance from Biofrost, flash to get the kill with the ignite. Beautifully done by Biofrost. Now they have to back out because the rest of Immortals is here. They're going to want to take that 1 kill. They're going back in. Going to get a kill on Ole. It's 4v2 right now, so they're definitely going to push into this tower and try to take it and push everybody else off. Flames TP is down, so there's no way he can come and help. It's just these two down here. They knock him up under tower, but you just dove 2 tanks, and I don't know if that's a smart idea. Bjergsen almost gets the kill on Xmithy, but Xmithy lives with a sliver of health. And they back away from that tower, now being really low, too low to dive the Galio who can land like a 4 or 5 man taunt, especially with Cody Sun back here. So we're going to get a replay here. Biofrost is going to ult and land that charm once again. They're going to knock up Cody Sun. He's going to jump and flash away. Biofrost flashes after him for the kill. They wait until that black shield is gone from Morgana, and then they'll re-engage. Slow her and then knock her up. Double lift gets the root. They time that CC perfectly with the Gragas barrel, push him back into the enemy minions, and then go for it. Here's their mistake though. They stayed a little too long. Galio has good. Pobelter's got good wave clear on Galio. He can taunt under tower for that damage reduction, meaning that they're going to take extra turret shots for turning back into the tower. Bjergsen really thought he had the damage to kill Xmithy, but it looked like he would have needed one more ball down on the ground to actually be able to kill him. And so, unfortunately, they're just going to lose a kill under tower. It looks like Cody Suns has a CS deficit during the regular season, but this game he's got about a 15 CS lead over Bjergsen right now, 9 at about 15 minutes, which is very significant. Double Lift is known for always having a CS lead in lane and pushing forward often. But a lot of it is that support matchup, which really can sway how the bot lane fights go. The Morgana can be much more aggressive than the Rakan can in the early levels, and can poke them out, causing the Rakan to not be able to go all in. The two junglers spot each other, going to clear out wards. They're just going to be happy with that, going back and forth. And Double Lift and Biofrost and both bot lanes swapped up top, since one of the bot turrets is down now, to fight over who's going to take down this turret first. But TSM needs to be a little careful, and it looks like that's where they're backing. Jarvan is topside, and Xmithy's now going bot, so they know they have no jungle help, and even if they don't know the Jarvan's there, which they just saw him on the minimap, they know they have no backup top lane. So you'll see Double Lift backing off. Rakan is coming back into the lane, but it looks like Immortals is trying to group for the Rift Herald. Rift Herald's very strong at this point in the game. Will allow them to easily knock down one of these outer turrets that they haven't gotten yet, such as the mid lane tower, the top lane tower. But it doesn't really look like they are going to commit for it. They're going to kind of back off. They're trying to get some wards down, because they know that the bot lane is up here, allowing for a better response from TSM should they start it. Actually looks like they're going to set up a 4-man dive. Pobelter had pushed his lane. Top lane is also pushed in, but they decide to back off because they're spotted in the jungle. There's a skirmish breaking out. Galio ults to get the damage reduction, locks him in. 1 kill on each side, and both teams decide that they should back off. Jungler for jungler, even trade, and no team's really going to win out of that. Double Lift and Biofrost definitely need to be careful, though, because they're currently up here by themselves. And Cody Sun is... it has a little bit of CS lead and can be really do some real damage if he gets a few crits in. With that Zeal item and the attack speed steroid from Tristana, and the bomb, he does a lot of damage. But it looks like the Mortals bot lane's going to back. And Haunter might be caught out here. Flash Feast from Cho'Gath, he's silenced. Pobelter's just going to taunt him. Oh, save the flash, got out with a good hop. Beautifully placed hop. Get off the minions. He was tracking that, allowing him to escape. Had to blow his flash, but not punished too severely for being as aggressive as he was, with no outer turret in that lane. And Flame also blew his flash in that trade. Bjergsen's just hanging out mid lane for the threat of a roam in the fog of war, so they don't know necessarily where he is. He has a 24 CS lead over Pobelter, which is very impressive, pushing Pobelter and continue to push that lead. He's going to be really strong here once he finishes what looks to be a Void Staff. Smithy was trying to take the Rift Herald, but they didn't finish it quite in time, and he despawned and Baron took over. Cody Sun's just going to push in, take that top tower. There's 3 people topside, 4 Immortals. So they're just going to take that. TSM was able to trade the Dragon for that, which they'll be happy with, an Infernal Drake for that top tier 1. They definitely don't want the Tristana to get the Infernal, but the Infernal's great for both Double Lift and Bjergsen. That 2 damage comp, it's actually going to pay off for them a lot more. So we just got both teams are farming lanes. It looks like TSM might want to push top lane a little bit, but they don't have any support right now to push out that tower, and they're going to get met by Ole and Cody Sun if they push too much further. They decide to back off. Ole goes to delay their backs. They end up just leaving and unable to get that tower now. But that top tower is very low, and that's a lot of just standing gold right there on the map. If they were to take that, they could really push their lead, because we're still looking at an even gold lead. I mean, we got 35.7 to 35.8. There's about 100 gold difference right there. So really, these two teams are neck and neck, and it goes to show how strong these two teams have been in the North American season. We saw this in the regular season as well. It should be a great series watching between these two teams to see who can claim the title for North America's best team and take that momentum into Worlds. So it looks like TSM is actually warding up around Baron, but they're probably going to go for that top tower. Just clearing out vision and wards around Baron to make sure that Immortals doesn't try to sneaky Baron like they have in the past, but also that Baron vision will give them setup vision for them to take the top tower. But Smithy knows this. He's hanging kind of around the top side with the Gragas and Morgana. So Immortals have 4 people top, and along with TSM. Bot lane, you've got the Gnar and Cho'Gath just going back and forth farming lanes. There's not really a lot that has happened there. They're just continuing to push back and forth. But both their teleports are up, so they could teleport in. Cho'Gath is actually rotating up to the mid lane to place a ward. So Immortals might be trying to do something topside as we see him come up. He actually just ends up going to farm the jungle. Immortals catches that wave top lane, so TSM can't take the turret, and they continue this little dance that they've had recently. TSM's going to continue to try to push for that top lane tower by putting pressure on mid lane. Immortals is going to rotate more people topside, including the Cho'Gath from the bottom, to try to dissuade them from doing it, and they're going to back off. TSM needs to pull pressure to the other side of the map so they can put some pressure either by Haunts or split pushing or looking at the dragon that's going to be coming up pretty soon in order to relieve the pressure from the top, and they might be able to still take that tower. Right now it looks like they're grouping to push mid. They're going to get a lot of damage on this tower, but they're going to have to back off because all of Immortals is here. There's a little trade between Bjergsen and Pobelter, but they all back off. But they still took about 30 or 40% off that tower, which they'll be very happy with. Immortals is pushing forward as 5 to do the same to TSM's mid turret, but TSM only has 3 members here because they have double at the top and more on the bottom, so they're going to put a lot of damage down on that turret. Tristana is known for taking down turrets so quickly with her little explosive bomb. But TSM manages to clear the wave out, preventing that backdoor bonus, and everybody gets out alive, and no turrets down for the most part. Haunter's coming in, though. It looks like it might be a little bit of a flank. Pobelter needs to be careful here because his team is not here. And TSM might just be able to go in and push down this turret really quickly. Pobelter looks to engage, misses the body slam, misses the taunt. Just trying to clear out the waves right now. Oh, Ole was stunned off to the side. Bjergsen just takes him down with the ultimate. That means they can push in with the next wave and probably get this turret. Which will give them a little bit of a gold lead and a tempo advantage in the mid lane, because it's typically the hardest outer turret to take down. So they push on through, and they'll be very happy with that trade. Hanser goes to push out bot lane. The rest of TSM is going to go back, cash in on that gold that they just got. We'll get a replay here. Looks like Bjergsen just landed a perfect stun onto Ole and then just just ulted him to kill him. Ole just mispositioning there. He should have not been to where Bjergsen could stun without his black shield on. He must not have just gotten off in time. Once again, the wet noodle fight in top lane. Although Gnar does not hit like a wet noodle. But he will back off because he senses some danger. Immortals has 3 people bot lane, so he knows that he should back off. They're going to ward Dragon, make sure they're not trying to take it. But TSM's got 4 people around mid lane and around Baron. And they might be trying to rush it here within the next few minutes. But it looks like they're just trying to stop Immortal's path from going top lane. They're going to trade this Ocean Drake for the top lane tower, which is a good trade. At this point in the game, they already have an Ocean Drake, so they don't need... getting another one wouldn't be as beneficial. Big skirmish starting here. Svenskaren's cast ultimate missed, causing everybody just to disengage. But Immortals is also going to get the mid lane turret, so they're going to win out on this trade. The Dragon plus a turret for just 1 turret. Immortals make a much better move here. End up with a bigger trade. If we revisit these CS numbers here for just a second. So it looks like Bjergsen almost has a 40 CS lead on Pobelter. But the interesting one is Cody Sun still has a 40 CS lead on Double Lift. Cody Sun must be... Their Immortals is feeding resources into Cody Sun because they are his true damage carry. So you can see him constantly going to each side wave and taking the CS. That's because they need him to deal the damage for their team. Jarvan, what's interesting is Jarvan actually went all tank, so he's not going to actually have very much damage. So the entire Immortals comp does not have much damage outside of Cody Sun. So if TSM can focus down Cody Sun and kill him, there's not a lot of damage left on the side of Immortals to actually finish the fight. Looks like we got a team fight here in the middle. Hanser's almost Mega Gnar. 2 kills for TSM. It looks like they're going to go ahead and chase. We got Flame low. Ole and Cody Sun are full health though, so they're just going to clear the way. But it looks like TSM turns their eyes on Baron. They're going to be able to burn it down really quickly with the 3 damage dealers because Gnar has got a lot of damage on the side of TSM. Bjergsen waits on the side to catch Cody Sun if he comes. One combo from Bjergsen can just devastate Cody Stun, so he's got to be careful. Immortals gives this Baron up. TSM takes it, and now they've got a much larger gold lead compared to the rest of this game. 4K at 28 minutes. They are feeling good, and they definitely have the tempo in this game. So they're going to go back and set up to push with the Baron now. Hanser just farming bot. Here's a replay of that team fight. Xmithie uses taunt and Pobelter used their ult early. So a lot of the ults were down from Immortal. So TSM decides to re-engage. Hanser's over here on the side. He hops over the wall. Bjergsen lands a great stun on 3. He's just putting damage down the back line. Double Lift is protected the whole time, and so he gets to just lay out damage from the back line. TSM's front line really did a great job of taking the damage and distracting them and peeling for Double Lift. So Double Lift could just sit in the back and fire off his feathers, allowing him to get allowing him to get a lot of kills and a lot of damage out that fight. So TSM just slowly rotating to try to take the last of the inner turrets. Looks like they have a wave pushing bot. Mortals rotates bot because they see TSM coming. And TSM's just going to dance between the two lanes, pushing, creating as much pressure as they can. And what they need to do is they need to leave Hanser on the side lane by himself to push into this lane and put 4 people mid so they can try to push that in. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They charm up Flame and bursts him down. Oh, he's not going to go down due to the gargoyle stone plate. We got a team fight under the turret. Hanser comes in and joins. Poe Belter and Ole go down. 2 kills for TSM, and they're just going to use this to push and take an inhib. Bjergsen almost kills Cody Sun with the ultimate. Just forces them way back. That's a free inhib for TSM, and they're going to be really happy with that. Now they're going to rotate top because that lane's already prepped, and take that inner turret on the top side.